Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Pretty on a Plane with me, Pretty. Thank you for joining once more. You know what to do. If you like this type of content, like this video. If you want to hear more about travel and fun tips and tricks on travel, subscribe to the channel. Share this channel with your friends so we can grow. So today, I'm about to embarrass myself. But today I'm going to share about the day I cried fat, ugly tears on public transport in the middle of the US. Bit of a story time. So yeah, let's get right into it. So today I want to speak about the day I lost my credit card in the middle of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, United States of America. Halfway across the world from my home. Yeah. So, okay. So those who don't know, I am originally from Johannesburg, South Africa. I enjoy traveling. I have been to about 23 countries and still counting. I started this channel to share my tips and tricks on, travel and share all my travel adventures. Those who don't know where Johannesburg is the financial capital of South Africa, if you will. Not officially, but I mean, it's where the business happens. It's the business hub of South Africa. Johannesburg has been called the New York of Africa. With reason, it's hustling and bustling, it's alive, it's full of people. I think it's the biggest settlement or city not close to a body of water. Johannesburg has a population of about 3.5 million people, which is bigger than a lot of countries. So yeah, it's very densely populated because it's not that big, but the population size is huge. Bustling, much metropolitan, cosmopolitan, people from all over Africa, all over the world come and live in Johannesburg. So Johannesburg is the perfect blend of the world, really. So yeah, I'm from Johannesburg. Uh, so a friend of mine who now lives in the US, we were planning, from our university days that we were going to take a trip to Disney World. It started off as a group plan. I think it was a bunch of us who were planning it, and ultimately only her and I went. Anyway, that's how it works, the group plans. So this friend of mine and her and I were planning this trip, right? Planned everything. We were gonna do a a multi-city trip. This was our first time in the US. We're actually going to Disney World, but the plan was to do it in multiple legs, that we start off in New York because, we wanted to see New York. As you do when you go to the US. So spent a couple of days in New York. It was amazing. And then we flew down to Florida. But of course, we were both still trainees, so not making a ton of money. So we decided, save as much money as we can. So we took like the cheapest of flights, which took me from New York to Fort Lauderdale, and from Fort Lauderdale you caught a train. First of all, we were running late when we were leaving New York. We're all because it's New York. We're enjoying our time. We're having a time of our lives. Lost track of time. We're running late for our flight, all over the place. We got to the airport, and they were gonna make her pay for the extra for the luggage because they were gonna make her pay extra for her luggage because it weighed a lot more. So there we were at the airport, unpacking and packing and repacking her luggage. Anyway, once that is sorted, we're on a flight from New York. So yeah, we catch a train. We book the train. I'll share like the little images and videos of what the train was like. But yeah, we catch a train from Fort Lauderdale, and we were like, I'm from from South Africa. I am streetwise. Listen, I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm streetwise. I am off the streets. I know these streets. There's no way I could lose like my card in the middle of nowhere. There's no way I could lose money. I could lose my ID. Well, that happened. So I had my card, my credit card, and my ID, and some cash in like a little travel wallet, like a little card holder that I had. And at some point between me buying a ticket, and me actually being on a train, I lost that. I literally used that card to buy the ticket. I don't know if I used the card or if I used cash, but I used one of them, card or cash, to buy a ticket. And in between me buying that ticket and me sitting in the train, I lost it. I lost the step. I lost it. To this day, I still cannot figure what happened. I don't know if I was pickpocketed or if I dropped it or what happened. I don't know, but I lost my credit card, I lost some cash, and I lost my ID. So my card ID, which I still haven't replaced, but anyway, I lost those. And so as soon as we were on the train, getting myself together because I've put my stuff, I've paid my fee, I've got myself together. And just as the train was about to take off, I realized that shucks, I actually lost. I can't find my card. I'm looking, I can't find my card. I'm freaking out because what the hell? I've lost my card. I'm in a foreign country. My phone obviously doesn't work. I didn't switch on my roaming, so my phone doesn't work, so I can't phone my bank. I can't get hold of my bank. I don't have an alternative card. Basically, I'm screwed. I am screwed. So all that smacks me and hits me in public, and there is Pretty crying. I wailed. I cried like a baby, big fat ugly tears in the middle of the train. I just couldn't. I think it was just everything coming together because I was tired. I was losing my stuff. And I think the worst thing is my sister had made a joke about me losing things before we went. She was like, "Oh, you need to be more careful, you lose your stuff." And there I was having lost it. So I cried. I legit just bawled. I cried. I cried. It was so bad. And then I was just like, okay, bring myself together. What do I do now? I was like, okay, I need to go back because I thought in my head that I had dropped it because I realized my bag was actually open. My backpack was open. So I was like, okay, I think I dropped it as I was walking into the train, my little wallet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to catch the train, reverse train back. Oh, backtrack. As I was crying, bawling my eyes out, this random lady, oh, God bless her. So thank you, random lady. This random lady sees me crying and she asks what's wrong. Then I say to her, I lost my card and my cash, and I lost my cash. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not American, I'm South African, and I can't access my bag. Oh God. So this poor woman looks at me, she's like, no, 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 go back, you might find it. And she gives me $20. She's like, because you've lost your card, your cash, and all of that, here's $20. I found that super sweet because she really didn't know me from Adam and she didn't have to, but sis was like, here you go. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. But anyway, this lady gives me some cash, which was nice because at that moment I had zero on me. Um, so I decided to get off the next stop, middle of nowhere, literally. There was like nothing and nobody there. I got off in the middle of nowhere and I was waiting for the other train going back. When I got back on the train going back, I found the conductor, somebody who worked at the train. I don't know what this man's role was. This man worked at the train. I told him, I was like, listen, South African girl here, I just lost her card and ID and everything. Pretty much screwed at this point because I don't know what I'm gonna do. She was like, no, don't worry, we'll take care of you. So we went back and we tried to, retrace my steps. There hadn't been any other train since my train left, apparently. So when our train that I got off left, retraced my step, walked the tracks a bit to try see where I could have gotten it. Nothing, zero result. At that point, I'm emotional all over again and I'm crying. This poor man doesn't know what to do. I feel so bad for him. This poor man has no idea what to do because there's a stranger girl crying. Shame, that Pullman was so sweet. He got me lunch, he got me water. He sat with me while I cried, and after I've gotten myself together, I had a game plan, and I decided I'm not gonna let this ruin my trip, so I'm gonna go back, catch the next one, go to Orlando. I'm still gonna enjoy my trip. I'm gonna go to Disney World. And besides, Orlando was gonna be more exciting. I was gonna do iFly, indoor skydiving. I was gonna go explore Orlando. I was gonna go to Disney World. There was a lot that I was planning to do, so I let that stay behind me. Luckily, a couple of things that I did in preparation for my trip actually saved me. Well, besides the preparation, the first thing is I wasn't alone. I was with my friend, who's a very good friend of mine. So I was able to cancel my card on my banking app. One, two, I was able to transfer money into my friend's account so that I could use her card. So that was really nice because I wasn't by myself. So every time I needed something, I transferred to her. I transferred to her a chunk of money, and I was able to use her card to swipe whatever I needed to get something. Right? That was the first thing I was very fortunate about. Second thing was, fortunately, because of my preparation, I had scanned in my card, front of my card and the back of my card, the very same card. Otherwise, I would have been screwed because that's the card I'd used to book my accommodation. That scanned card and ID, because, luckily I had scanned in the front and the back of my credit card. And that was the first thing that I'd done well in preparing. And then the second thing I'd done well in preparing, which is something I thank you, Joburg, for teaching me not to carry a lot of cash on me. So the cash that I had withdrew, I had split it out into three different categories, if you will. The one was the one that I checked into my luggage, so it was packed into my clothes. The second one was with my passport. So the pouch that I have for my passport, I'll share a picture of my passport pouch. But the pouch that I had with my passport, I had some cash in there. And then the third bit was the bit I had on me, and that was the least cash. So luckily, the cash I lost wasn't pretty much everything I had changed into dollars or withdrew, but it was just that bit that I had on me, which wasn't all that much. I think it was like $20 or something. Yeah. That's only the cash that I lost. So preparation for the trip actually made this less of a disaster than it could have been. So because I had my friend with me, I still had cash reserves, I had access to my banking card. I was still able to enjoy my trip, go do iFly indoor skydiving, which was really awesome. Go to Disney World, Magic Kingdom, fulfill a childhood dream, and I still had a good time. So yeah, moral of the story is I cried in public. It was ugly, it was bad, but just because I was prepared. Being prepared for your trip makes a big difference in how everything pans out. So yeah, I say, you must make sure that whenever you're going to go on an international trip, whenever you're going to go on any trip, really, you're properly prepared, and you anticipate disasters like this happening. And if they do end up happening, then you have a backup plan, you have a cushion, and you know how you're going to get out of that situation. So that was the time I cried in public like a baby. I'm gonna make a video on going to Disney as an adult very soon, so check that out. And thank you for tuning in, listening to my story going on. Thank you for tuning in to Pretty on a Plane. If you like content on travel, if you like this type of content, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel so we grow, share the video as well with your friends, with your family, with everybody who is interested in travel. Thank you for tuning in to Pretty on a Plane. So we'll talk again. Love you.